Hey guys, if you guys have been a part of my channel since 2022, you guys will know that I actually got rejected from like all the colleges I applied to. It wasn't cute, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't fun. I remember back then thinking to myself, how did I get rejected? Like, what? Then I thought to myself, it's probably because I most likely fumbled on my essay because I'm a terrible writer. In my last video, I read the essays that got me into UCLA as a transfer student, but then I was thinking, what if I torture myself and read the essays that, you know, caused me to flop in my admission to the UC schools? I love myself. Okay, let's go. If you're wondering why I'm in such like a groggy mood, it's because it's like freaking super hot and I just woke up from a nap. You're probably wondering, why are you always waking up from a nap? It's because it's hot. What am I supposed to do out in the summer? Like, excuse you? I can't go out and about. I've just been at home sleeping, watching B-stars, and I picked up this terrible book. Do you see how much I read? Not that much, but I'm probably not gonna read that much because it's terrible and also all the characters are so boring. Sorry, this is about my essays. Anyways, let's read my flop essays.
You're still a traitor!
I also love how the minute I open Google Docs, Grammarly is telling me how much of a failure I am. I don't know what I'm- that's embarrassing. Oh well. Now the first prompt I picked is actually the same one that I did for my other essay, which is describe an example of your leadership experience in which you have positively influenced others, helped resolve disputes, or contributed to group efforts over time. Let's read it because let's be real, I don't remember what I wrote in my essay, so let's take a trip down memory lane together. Haha. Having a leadership role is a huge responsibility that not everyone can obtain. Luckily, I have the capability and responsibility to secure that type of position. When I interned at Mulberry Tree Preschool, I had to make myself the role model for children to look up to. Apparently, I pretty much kind of wrote the same thing I did for my last essay, but with a bunch of preschoolers instead of middle schoolers. But what's the difference, you know? Though I'm still a child myself in many ways, my experiences allowed me to come up with many ways to show children a sense of morality. I helped come up with solutions by taking creative approaches such as playing roles to help improve their knowledge. For example, we played cashier market roles to help engage their math skills, memorized lines to build their comprehension skills, and solved puzzles to help them think outside the box. Other instances was when I had the opportunity to communicate with some kids when they were being put in timeout to try and focus outside of their negative mood. God, I remember those days. However, this position was not an ordinary task, as the mind of young children worked very differently from ours. I took that into consideration and mended my ways of problem solving. I realized that solving problems emotionally rather than logically is what seemed to leave more of an impact on children. Wait, why that kind of ate? What? I want to show them what they can grow up to.
What?
Acquiring a leadership position is a privilege to say I have. You know what's giving? The freaking that emoji, like.
Acquiring a leadership position is a privilege to say I have.
Okay, shut up. I feel like I have become a more responsible and capable human being because of this experience. I like when people can rely on me and how I can help benefit our society. Okay, I can see why this essay flopped because it's very similar to the last essay I read that got me accepted to UCLA, but the only difference is I sound like an immature person pretending to be mature. I sound like a fake. I sound like a phony. Okay, I didn't enjoy that. Let's keep going. So my next essay is a brand new prompt, so I'm excited to see where this goes. What would you say is your greatest talent or skill? How have you developed and demonstrated that talent over time? That's a good question to ask because I have no talent.
You have zero talent.
I know.
An important skill I have is patience. Many people may think that being patient isn't a talent. However, it has proven to be useful in tough situations. I noticed I have self-restraint when I was in the hospital recovering from my back surgery in freshman year. I was stressed, suffering from depression and in pain, which of course is expected when a child comes out of a 5-hour operation. I had scoliosis surgery in freshman year. Despite all this, my nurse was agitated with my behavior and took her frustration out on me. The funny thing is that I, as a child, played the mature role by simply catching my breath and requesting a nurse change, as I knew that it would be beneficial for the both of us. I remember that. Oh my god, this just brought back bad memories. I had two nurses who were such fucking bitches. Listen, lady. If you don't like whining children, listen, neither do I. But you don't see me working in a children's hospital. Are you stupid? Through this, I learned that I made the right choice. I was able to tolerate such a negative attitude due to my ability to be patient. Looking back, I feel discouraged about how certain people mistreat others and made me realize that I have a desire to help vulnerable people. I use my patience to help myself in my internship, my part-time job, and everyday problems. No! Okay. When customers yell at me for simple reasons such as their drinks being displayed, items being sold out, or other miscommunications, it can frustrate me at times. When this happens, I remember that I have to remain level-headed and simply put a smile on my face and attempt to fix the problem. Patience is key in solving many of our problems. However, many people don't wield the...
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
I am proud to say that despite... Oh my god, oh, that's so embarrassing. I hope to use my patience and hopefully become an awe-inspiring figure for people to look up to. Possibly by becoming a nurse children can depend on, showing the world my creativity... Okay. Anything is possible as long as you have the patience to try. Yeah, and also the patience to reread your essays, you idiot. You know what? Hear me out. Despite me cringing multiple times reading this essay, I feel like this had potential to be good. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
It 100% was just you. How and where did you see the potential for that essay to be good? Do you see it? I don't.
Okay, so my third PIQ, I also used the same prompt in my previous video, which is describe the most significant challenge you have faced and the steps you have taken to overcome this. How has your challenge affected your academic achievements? If people were to only gain positive effects for every challenge they face, their lives would be plain and simple. We are judged off by how we perform in our core classes, which can be frustrating. I believe that I am more than what can be shown in my core academics, which is why I wish that high schools offered a variety of specific electives to open new doors to what students might enjoy. Despite the lack of options in school, I made it a priority to pursue hobbies outside of school. How many times did I say school? I found activities that could contribute to What I learned from all this experience was that not everyone is on an equal playing field, and others may have to work harder or certain... What? What I have learned from all this experience was that not everyone is on an equal playing field, and others may have to work harder or make certain choices to try new things to explore what intrigues this girl. What?
What would you do if when you're okay, so he said yes would go? I don't know what you mean there, babes.
Was I high? Yeah, I can see why this essay flopped. I don't even know what I'm saying. Moving on. Alright, so for my last PIQ, I realized that I decided to answer the worst prompt out there, which is, beyond what has already been shared in your application, what do you believe makes you stand out as a strong candidate for admissions to the University of California? Oh, I'm scared what I wrote. Oh no. I have a different way of showing that I am a great candidate, even though this may not be reflected in the amount or level of classes I take. My life does not revolve around campus, as I like to stray away from standardized textbooks and investigate. Investigate what? A crime scene? My extracurriculars have allowed me to gain some experiences from the real world, such as mentoring students, love how I didn't put space there, mentoring students, and volunteering at a non-profit organization to help vulnerable animals. As a tutor, I mainly work with students to help with their algebra and English literature. I also function as their mentor to make sure they feel included and supported. Each of my students have a different learning style, and I try my best to accommodate their needs. In turn, my position as a volunteer at Heal the Bay Aquarium.
Okay, so I'm editing the video right now and I just realized, you know what, I just have to cut the rest of my essay out because, oh my god, I am this close to falling asleep. It is so boring! I'm appalled. I'm doing you all a favor for cutting that out. For those of you guys who are about to be upset being like, oh, like I came to click this video to be like what I should avoid, so why didn't you include the rest? Let me just tell you the rest of my essay. A lot of it was just me telling the audience that I did stuff but not showing or going into detail. I would say stuff like, oh, I volunteered, I work. but it didn't say what I volunteered in, it didn't say what I worked in, it doesn't even mention why I mentioned those. I just mentioned it for the sake of mentioning it. What? I'm not editing that. I'm sorry. I'm like, you know, one more second of me reading, I'm gonna... Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Thank you very much. Thank you, next.
Yeah. I don't even know what I wrote. So if you clicked on this video being like, I wonder why I should not include in my essay, this entire video. I feel like my essays just lacked a lot of passion. Okay, honestly, my essays just make me seem desperate and slightly egotistical. The amount of times I mentioned like, oh, I help vulnerable people. I want to be like cool and someone to look forward to in growing up. Like, girl, learn how to maintain your grades before wanting to be an influencer, okay? However, at the end of the day, I'm glad my essays flopped because I would not have been ready to transition from the mess of high school to university because I was not doing that great in high school, like mentally, physically, emotionally. Mentally, physically weak. Was that good? That sounded good. I'm glad that my flop essays were like, okay, Miss Girl, calm down, university is not for you yet. Comparing my freshman to transfer essays, you can totally tell in my last essays I had a lot of passion and the way I actually answered the questions in my transfer essay. Well, that was embarrassing. I'm glad it's over. I'm also glad that I decided to go to community college because I feel slightly more prepared to transfer to university. Not fully prepared though. I'm still crapping bricks right now. I am now gonna burn these essays as well as my eyes because I don't know what I just read. Thank you so much for suffering with me. I hope to see you soon. Let me know what videos I should make next because I'm out of ideas actually. Also, if some of you guys are wondering if I'm gonna make college vlogs, if I don't explode sometime in August or September and actually make it when the quarter begins, then Miss Girl, buckle up for some college vlogs. Woohoo! Bye, bitch.
Channel.
No, he found it? Stop, everyone's been finding that.
What?
My YouTube channel.
What'd you post?